Today has been a very important day for crypto thus far already. And let me tell you, some of the things that have come out are pretty crazy. For example, a lot of new things have been filed in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. But also, in terms of macroeconomics, things are getting pretty crazy. We've got later today the inflation numbers in the US, and then tomorrow we've got ourselves the FOMC meeting. And of course, today is also the day where Binance delists the dollar, where the William Hinman documents supposedly are going to be coming out. And like Miles here shares, it's actually been pretty crazy over the last couple of days as a concept. Hong Kong legalizing crypto basically. UAE and UK pushing crypto a lot with A16Z, a major fund moving over there. Russia's Sberbank offering crypto trading. In general, basically around the world, things are pretty nice, except for in the United States. So what's been happening today? I'll tell you in this video. But first, make sure you press that like button. Let's try get this video to like 750 likes. You get absolutely nothing except for my gratitude and happiness. First of all, new filing document 828. This is in the Ripple lawsuit. From Ripple's counsel, the defendant, so which means Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, opposition to the SEC's motion for summary judgment. 90 pages. And then a little bit later, some updates. There are two more in addition to this newly filed. Document 825 and document 827. And then a little bit later, she also shared SEC versus Ripple and the rest. This link will take you to the page where all the new filings are appearing. So far, 6 new documents have actually been filed today that you can see right there. It's a pretty big deal. Straight up XRP, you can't see it, but he right here said, yeah, just gonna have a quick little read. It's only like, 10,000 pages. And also something that I think was quite interesting is this. I'll show you in just a second. But throughout this video, I'm gonna be sharing you more things that are happening right now as we speak. As I said, things are pretty crazy. And guys, a little bit later today, I'll be releasing another XRP video. The problem is I recorded it yesterday and I put the wrong date for the upload. And today things are too crazy, so I can't upload it yet. So first of all, the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, apparently makes the US government look corrupt, according to public opinion. Now, let me know your opinion down below. Do you believe in Gary Gensler? I don't know who does, but let me know down below. Also, a couple things. First of all, John Deaton is going on like a madman. So there's something which is interesting to me. The fact that they always call crypto a scam. Yet, when you seriously take a look at it, right? When you really start diving deep, is the banking system not like actually way worse? JP Morgan prepared to pay $200 million, actually $290 million, in settlement with victims. I don't want to go too deep into that, but it is very interesting if you ask me. Then, like, people have been diving deep, and this is to me really, really nuts. If Gary looks slim, it's because he's been eating nothing but his own words since 2018. And this is all the way back then, right? And I'll show you this in a little second. Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Why did I name those 4? They're not securities. Funny that Ethereum is in the midst, right? Even though right now all these coins are going after are proof of stake coins. And I mean, if you're going after Polygon and you're leaving Ethereum alone, I think that's quite peculiar. 3/4 of this market is probably not securities, is what he said back then.
Over 70% of the crypto market is Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Why did I name those 4? They're not securities. 3/4 of this market is probably not securities.
Did we just hear that correctly? Did literally SEC chairman, who now says that like 99% of the cryptos, most of them are securities, that most of them are not? What? Again, we can sit here shouting for days that this man has just got such, this is so crazy to me. How can this, but that's, I guess, why right now they're calling out for him to be fired. That was a crazy video we posted earlier today because, again, in my opinion, he should be fired. He literally should be. There's no other way around it. But like I was saying, today's a big day, and yesterday we were shouting that tomorrow was going to be a big day, but even today we're saying tomorrow's going to be a big day. I know I'm speaking fast and a lot of things in between each other, but let me just say, this entire week is so filled with all miscellaneous sorts of news, all miscellaneous sorts of updates, and it's mostly because of the SEC's doing. So John Deaton said big day tomorrow. Again, he said this 12 p.m. Malaysia time. Perhaps for him, it's actually still the previous day. I'm not sure how far behind they are. But as you can see, hearing on the motions to seize Binance's assets in DDC. We have an update on that, so stay tuned. Release on Hinman docs in the SDNY, Southern District of New York, regarding Hinman. The SEC's response to order Coinbase's petition in the third SIR. Not every federal court day is eventful in crypto, but tomorrow is. May God bless the U.S. courts. Damn right. Plus, apparently, the Trump arraignment. So things are just wild, not only in crypto. One thing that's also quite peculiar is that basically Gary Gensler is speaking against himself many times. All altcoins, just like Bitcoin, are simply digital code existing inside software. We help force the SEC to admit that in the Ripple case, which is once more why the Ripple case is so critical. Yet, right here, just like Judge Castell said it twice in the Telegram case before, like people are starting to put all these things together, which is why I keep saying XRP is in one of the best positions ever, because right now Binance, Coinbase, everybody is fighting because they went too far. They went too far, and right now it's going to bite them all in the ass. That's why I'm so extremely bullish. I still personally believe, guys, that the bull market is back, but we have basically not gone on the exponential tangent just quite yet. What I mean with that is, even though the biggest dip for crypto has already been seen, we might not see the all-time high for more than a year further, and we might see another couple of dips, but I just don't think we're going to go further down than 14, 15,000 or so, right? The bottom is in, so the bull market has started, but it will only feel like a bull market potentially in a couple months from now. In their memorandum in opposition, this is again Meta Lawman, who's been critical over the last couple of days. He said this: in their memorandum in opposition to the SEC's motion to freeze, order lawyers for Binance US cite this damaging congressional testimony from Gary Gensler. All right. After he was confirmed to his post as the chairman of the SEC, Gensler testified to Congress a couple years back that the SEC does not, and again critical, does not have authority from Congress to regulate crypto exchanges. Yet what exactly are they doing now? Trying to regulate crypto exchanges. It's that crazy.
I do think that working with Congress, and I think it's only Congress that could really address it, it'd be good to consider if you would ask my thoughts, to consider whether to bring greater investor protection to the crypto exchanges. And I think if that were to be the case, because right now the exchanges trading in these crypto assets do not have a regulatory framework, either at the SEC or our sister agency, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, that could instill greater confidence. Right now, there's not a market regulator around these crypto exchanges, and thus there's really not protection against fraud or manipulation or a conflict.
So he basically also confirms that right now there's no framework, yet he goes after these exchanges for not properly registering. But I could say once more that Coinbase could always say, well, we tried to write these things with you together. We tried to sit down, but you always said no because things were clear. Yet he clearly states just only 2 years ago that right now nobody knows what the frick to do because nobody's there to oversee everything, if you understand my drift. And again, all this will bite the SEC in the ass. Things are getting crazy up here, guys. Right now, because of the SEC's recent action against Coinbase and Binance, they basically made themselves another 150,000 enemies or so with all these people that can research, all these people that can look up. And it's just, it's nearly impossible right now for the SEC to stay the way they are. A lot of you guys are saying, man, if Gary Gensler gets fired, another puppet will take his place. And I agree. So we need to make sure that the moment he's gone, that things actually change, which is the hard part. Getting Gary Gensler out of office is one, but making sure that the rules then are better, that's the difficult thing. On the side, I'm not sure if I should be releasing another video later today talking about the William Hinman emails. I guess potentially I might make a video outside, as right now, again, I'm in Malaysia here, and I'm going to go out for some fun stuff. I don't want to, sit in the office or my home here the entire day. And, I kind of think we only have to make a urgent update depending on what comes out of there, because everybody knows it's coming up. The only thing we don't know is to what degree it will make an influence and what type of information is going to be given out. But just know, if you follow me over on Twitter, which I recommend you all to do, and just make sure you update yourself there, I'll be sharing the most important things as soon as they come out and as soon as I find them. John Dean gave us a couple little hints, all on the Hinman emails. Once they're all eyes on the Hinman emails, once they're public tomorrow, which is again today, maybe Bill will agree to speak with Eleanor Tourette and Charles Gasparino, who've reported on the matter from the very beginning. By the way, I'm available to join Bill and Charlie for a healthy, civil, and respectful discussion as well, because, right now things are coming up. He also said he has to make a little bit of a correction to something he said yesterday. Yesterday he said, a little bit of a longer thing. Tens of thousands of pages to go through with our delays and all these different things. There's a lot of freaking pages in this lawsuit. And here he talked about the delay that basically came up a little bit ago. Regardless, here's the judge's order. These documents, which include legal briefs, Rule 56(1) statements, declarations, and other exhibits, submitted in connection with the parties' motions for summary judgment. Again, right now we've seen these parties' motions for summary judgment. Those have now become available to the public to basically see these parts. And I believe that's most of what got delayed, or the most annoying part of everything. Now, he said then, I guarantee you the conflicts of interest and gross appearances of impropriety will become even more evident. Remember this, Ripple asked about Hinman's prior connection or representation with Ethereum. Why would the SEC try and hide it? But it's not just about the SEC. We will finally get to see specific evidence offered versus Ripple. Ripple wanted to redact evidence linking Ripple's revenue with XRP sales, offered to Coinbase and others to list XRP, and amount of sales targeted at investors through programmatic sales. The judge stated that this evidence cannot be redacted because Ripple's XRP sales and payments to third parties to list XRP directly pertains to the Howey analysis. Now, he basically gave a little bit more of an opinion, but right now he said, correction, I need to make a correction or qualification. It's possible that the Hinman deposition, so him being questioned, isn't actually unsealed without all the redactions. The Hinman deposition excerpts that are below were from an exhibit to the motion to quash, which is something else, his deposition and not the summary judgment motions. So basically, they're not necessarily in the same category. I can't tell you off the top of my head whether Hinman's deposition is referenced and attached as an exhibit to the summary judgment briefs, so we might not see it fully. If it was, whatever was attached would be unredacted. If Hinman's deposition was not referenced or cited in any of these summary judgment briefs, it will not be unsealed tomorrow, because at that point it would mean it's not necessary to be unsealed. There was no grant for that. Somebody says FFS, for first sake, but I would say, his deposition is not that important. However, to all this, I will share two things. And these two things that I'm about to show you are critical. Again, right now. Make sure you press that like button if you haven't done it yet, because let me show you something crazy. Jungle Inc. asked on Twitter, any thoughts ahead of the Hinman doc release? We're all prepared and appreciate of Ripple fighting this important public disclosure, so what can you say? And actually, Brad Garlinghouse himself said, wish I could go in debt now, but we've waited for this long, 18 plus months. I don't want to overstep. Suffice it to say, Stuart Aldo-T, Ripple's legal counsel, and I believe they were well worth the wait. He's basically hyping us the frick up. 1.1 million views, 7,000 likes like a little bit ago. And something else that I think was quite interesting, because this is just hyped up, gets me excited for what's about to happen. If Brad Garlinghouse says it's worth it, he's also been saying that the lawsuit is going to be over in a couple of weeks. Things are about to get crazy. I actually have more even interesting stuff to show you. Binance US, what they did just now, even though they're talking with the SEC, right? They're in a lawsuit. They just added a former SEC enforcement co-director to their legal team, which is extremely funny. The SEC's ex-employees are fighting against the SEC. Isn't that the most ironical piece of all? And also, Binance criminal indictment may already be filed under seal by the former SEC chief. So basically, John Reed Stark, again, I've had multiple discussions with him. We see completely on different sides. We do not agree with anything. It's really interesting to witness how far away you can be of somebody's opinion. Like, we're literally 180 degrees on every single subject when it regards to crypto. But so I've been following everything that's happening to Binance US and the SEC, and last night, or at least 12 hours ago, so for me it was 6 a.m., an SEC effort to freeze Binance US's funds is a draconian and unduly burdensome move. The US affiliate of the global crypto exchange argued Monday. And you can see there right now, responding to the SEC's complaint, as an industry source told me on Friday, quote, this is exactly what the SEC wanted. Now panic sets in, and Gary Gensler, without any evidence of wrongdoing, will evaporate the second largest crypto exchange and wipe away $4.5 billion in value. As a response, saying here, Binance's lawyers said the SEC's request to freeze assets on the US platform would effectively end BAM's business, and describe the motion as draconian because it would basically mess them up all the way if they freeze all the assets. That would be the worst thing to protect investors, I think. It's also funny how right now we're like overshadowing all the crazy news that's come out, right? The fact that this bill was filed to fire Gary Gensler, it's like crazy how little we're talking about it. It's such a big deal. But also that the Bank of China issued a $28 million digital structured note, or a multiple actually, on Ethereum. That's like, it's just crazy, but this other news is like overshadowing it, which is just absolutely wild. But let me show you even more. Wait a minute. I think something actually, wait a minute. Mr. Huber Leerzeit actually says now, 10 minutes ago, while I'm recording this video, I've been recording for like 25 minutes. Here are the emails. Enjoy pages 1 to 4. Wait a minute. We might have gotten everything here. Wait a second. Yeah. This is the email. So they've come out. Okay, now what am I going to title this video? Because we've got everything in one. Okay, somebody says, where are the actual emails? This is the speech, right? So sorry, I'm not going live because I'm actually recording this and I don't know if my internet is going to be good. So I am not able to fully dive deep in. I'm just going to tell you guys with a quick little breaking news video that everything is out then. We have 3 common comments. This is high bill. This is like the SEC to Bill Hinman. We think that up front, it would help if you added some disclaimers. As written, the language remains vague as to whether ETH is a security. If you want to make an affirmative statement that it's not a security, this is probably going to be a banger. But guys, I want to get this video out as soon as possible because we're discussing so much. And so maybe later tonight, whenever like the actual lawyers go over all of this, we can discuss all the details of it all. But I believe, yeah, Huber is a legitimate source. So if he shares this, it must be official. 4 minutes ago, he's posting everything. Yeah. Here are the emails, and here are the actual emails. So that's something different, perhaps. Yeah, again, I'm sorry for keeping you in the loop a little bit half-assed. I'm just not able to fully see everything. I want to get this video out very, very soon. I wanted to show you, though, one thing was that Fred is like, this is another lawyer, I believe at least. He's also been talking about how Ethereum is wrapped up in all this and how they're mistreating that, so to speak. And they're going deep into all that because Vitalik has been basically on the bad side of this whole story now for a little bit with everything he's saying, basically calling out Ripple and XRP for shitting on Ethereum, even though he actually wanted to work at Ripple before, right? As an intern, I believe. I don't quite remember. And like I said, a lot of the XRP community is going back at a lot of the things which Vitalik from Ethereum has said. There's been a couple other pieces, like you can see here. Looks like the Ripple XRP team is sinking to new levels of strangeness. They're claiming their shitcoin should not be called a security for public policy reasons, namely because Bitcoin and Ethereum are Chinese controlled. And, you know, I can sit here talking about this for another half hour. But because of what's come out now, I want to get this video out as soon as possible because this is pretty wild. And that's about it to it. Again, I do not have all the details about the emails just quite yet, as it just came out a couple minutes ago. But just follow me over on Twitter, and I'll be retweeting and sharing with you guys all the most important pieces whenever they do come out, as this is pretty wild. It's just been released. And it's also Ripple's, basically, everything is being released, guys. Right now at the same time. Not enough lawyers to go over everything. And I also don't want to make this video an hour long. So just check it out over on Twitter. Make sure you keep up to date. I'll be posting a video later today or potentially tomorrow going over all the analysis of all this. Again, I want to get this video out to tell you it's live. And see you guys later in another video. Make sure you put the notification bell on because what if something crazy happens right now? You need to be notified. Very important. See you guys later.